Okay, we're recording in progress. So here we are. We are group 5303, or we're class 5303, group 7, and we are doing the collaborative discussion leading with technology.
Mhm.
And so we've got the questions on the screen. And so, how do we envision technology supporting and enhancing your leadership approach? Or any barriers that you might encounter with implementing technology driven solutions, and how would you overcome them? And what specific technological competencies do you need to develop to become a more effective leader?
Mhm.
So I'm going to start with that last one. And my developing technological competencies include uh, AI. And I'm giving a big shout out to Marie because she's been very supportive in recommending Claude and just like attacking Chat GPT. What did you say, Marie, when you first were talking about you were the Chat GPT? Because I had to ask you, what does that mean? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said something other like a guru, a
That's it.
firm
You were the
believer in
guru.
or something
Yes.
like that,
So I'm like, okay, if Marie says it's
extraordinaire or
okay,
something like
that's it. That's it. You were the Chat GPT extraordinary. And I felt very confident. If Marie says that it's good, then by golly, I'm gonna give it a try. I did,
that.
and oh my goodness, Claude is very, very intuitive and really helpful. And so that has been one of my competencies because I still feel like the movie Terminator from back in the 80s. I realize I'm dating myself, and some of y'all probably weren't even born yet, but you know that we're going to have the Terminator come and take over because of the machines. You
Mhm.
know, the computers turn on us and they're going to come and take over. So that is a fear of mine. But anyways, that is something I've been working on, is becoming more comfortable with technology in the terms of the technological advancements are amazing and they're incredible, but sometimes they're a little scary. And I've heard many professors on at our campus at Del Mar College are like, "Ah, hell no! You know, this is crazy. I don't want any of my students using Chat GPT or any of the AI," and they really feel, that their students are going to be cheating, basically. And so one
Right.
of the things we're trying to
Mhm.
show students, and I think many of y'all as well, is that you can use
Mhm.
technology for good. It's not all evil,
Yeah.
and how to teach students to use it for their advancement rather than, for the purposes of cheating.
Right.
And then hopefully the faculty becoming on board with that and realizing that, okay, this, we got to somehow get behind it, or else we're going to stay behind. And um because it's here, can't you can't put it back in the closet or in the box. And
Right.
so I think, implementing it at the college I work at is, we've had some meetings and trainings, but there still is a lot of fear. But I think we're going to have to continue with those trainings and show how it can be utilized in their class versus them
Mhm.
as as something evil and bad, or that the student's going to cheat and I'm not going to know they're cheating, and kind of like turn the students off because of those thoughts. So that is, I guess, kind of how I envision technology in as a tool for what I'm working towards at at the college I work at.
And in the PD we had Friday, we talked about that briefly. Me and another educator, she was like, "I heard you saying you use GPT chat," and she was like, "How do you use it and still get the students' ideas?" Because
Mm-hmm.
what it seems as if is now students, if you ask them one question, they go right into the chat. They're
Mm.
no longer giving you what they think something is. They're just getting all their responses from there and copying and pasting. You're losing the identity or the thought process of who and how they feel about something. And so I was telling her about, I'm taking this class, I'm in grad school now.
Mhm.
And she was like, and I said, and even when I use it, I'm still using it to brainstorm.
Mhm.
Right. I'm not necessarily might not be using it to write every single word, but just sometimes if I need a name of something, or if I'm trying to come up with something creative, or like she was saying that I was a little jealous, like, oh, some of the groups had names. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't come up with a name. But in my class, I had students when they were trying to come up with a creative name, hey, pull out GPT chat and come up with a creative name for this football camp project presentation that you're coming up with. Stop trying to overthink it, put it in GPT chat. There it is.
Yeah.
If you need an idea, or if I have some things I'm trying to get together that I'm struggling with, or maybe it's just summarizing, because even GPT chat will summarize the videos. Maybe one of the videos, I'm not a big TED watcher, because if it's too monotone, I'm not going to watch it. I probably only watched just a few. And I'm just like, I can take that name of that title of that video, put it into the chat, and it will explain it however I would like, in detail or very short, what it was about, what are those main points to take away. So that's a way that I can use it. I can use it to research, just like I would on Google, like taking it and not running from it and using it to tell them, hey, this is a way that you can do it. Because in my class, I ended up telling them that from now on, since you got the chat, oh, everything need a citation, because you can take that website, put it straight in, it'll give you the citation. So what's the problem now? Everything in my class moving forward until May 30th got to have a citation on it.
And that's
now
so brilliant,
it spits it
because you're
out.
using, you're using
But
it
that
for them
sometimes
to
you have
think
to
forward.
model it. You have to model what it looks like. You have to show them, hey, it's a great tool. I'm not running from it. I don't mind you using it, but let's use it like this.
Wisely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that you said that, because that is what inspired me to give it a shot. So yes.
Yeah. The Terminator's not gonna come get us, Melissa. Told
Right.
you. My brother is
I love
afraid.
that. Yes.
It's
No Terminator.
He's afraid it's gonna steal his soul. But I told him last night, actually, I said, let's sit down, because I have seen where people use technology to like write short horror stories. So that was just an activity that I had my brother looking at last night, and we're both willing
Oh,
to
that's
talk about
right,
it.
because he's not into it either, right?
No, he's terrified.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. Last night we kind of sat and looked at it. But as far as the approach at school, like I was thinking about the leadership, the different types of leadership. So I feel that I have a charismatic leadership and also a democratic leadership, because I do like for people to come together and everybody have a little part, or have some sort of input. And I think my personality brings people together so that they will at least give me a fighting chance to at least listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to win everybody over with the technology, because that's just not how it is. Some people are, they're not really going to get into it until they have to. You know what I'm saying? So trying to bring somebody into your idea, they still not necessarily receive it well, but I'm hoping that my personality will bring them in so they at least give it a shot.
Or hit them with those questions. That way you can get that change, like we were just saying in the last video.
That's
Maybe
true, too.
sometimes those type of questions that we're asking, those people will question what their core beliefs are, and they'll come up with their own solution, which will in turn provoke that change out of them.
You know what? Maps.
Yes, we did that.
That's a good one. And I have been using now y'all talked about Claude and Chat GPT, and I don't know if y'all have used it's the one we have through Lamar. It's the Office 365. And if y'all look at it, if y'all go on there, it has Copilot, and Copilot is also an AI generated app to use. And it'll even give you logos. Like on my blog that I have, each one of my blogs has a picture that I put in a prompt for Office 365 and it's giving me a picture. So that might be something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna have to give that a try.
Yeah,
Chat,
Office
the chat
365 Copilot.
GPT, they do that too. They will generate pictures, images. That's what she was telling us about Dr. J in our classes. Like some of those pictures that she even used, you'll see like it's
Yes.
kind of fuzzy or something's blended away. Like she even created some of those on
Yes.
there. And
Yeah. The
well,
people might not have all of their fingers and some of the words are going to be misspelled. But outside of that, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that. You said that you are more of a Democrat. I wrote it down while you were talking, but more a
Yes.
democratic leadership. And I think I'm more of a transformational leadership. Like I want to motivate and inspire change. And a lot of people don't like change because I'm one of those people that change scares me. And so I think I'm more of a transformational leader.
Okay, that's good. Who was the I'm trying to think, do you remember the example from the video? Who the transformational, I know it's like Elon Musk and I want to say Bezos. I cannot remember which.
I can't remember.
Mine was Oprah.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, that's it right there.
Oprah.
Her personality, yeah. But yeah, so you say you're transformational.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to inspire. Like even though change, like I said, nobody likes change. Change is hard for everybody.
yeah.
But I think I'm more of a transformational leader.
Do you think that with like all the things that we have coming up, because you already had your disruptive class, right? Or you're doing it now, but you're just another group.
Now. Yes, I'm doing it now. Yeah.
So
the confusing 5305.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, that's up. Do you think that it's gonna be, do you think that you can use that leadership to get people on board with what you're trying to, innovate and do at your campus or in your district?
Listen. When it comes to change on my campus, it's like nobody wants to change anything, but every day something is being implemented, something is being changed. It drives the kids crazy. I'm like, okay, today we're gonna have to do this, and they're like, but why we gotta do this?
Yeah.
Why are we changing it? Like I like the way it was, and I'm like,
yes.
Listen, this is what was brought down to me. This is what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
And listen, 11th and 12th grade, they're the boss. And so I'm just like, we have to do this together. Like we're gonna go through this together, even though this is not something that I want to do.
Yeah,
we have to do it. So, yeah. I just try to push them to just be great humans.
Yeah, yeah. Just do. Let's do it together, like you're saying, because sometimes I'll see that too. It's like, okay, we're not really gonna get any place complaining. Especially if this is something that we still have to do, y'all. So let's what do
get it done.
Do? Let's do it. Yeah, let's have a good attitude about it. Yeah, but but I'm asking because, like you're saying, with change and adults.
Mm-hmm. You should hear us in PDs when they say, "Oh, we're gonna have to do this. This is what we're gonna bring down. This is we're gonna implement this," and we're like, "Why? Like, why are we changing it? Like, it was fine the way it was."
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Oh Lord.
For me, I guess I was looking at, I don't know, I'm trying to pull back up the different types, but in what I wrote down, I had transformational leader as genuinely feeling that there is good in everyone, enjoy developing strong relationships with those around me. So I don't know if that's just the part that stuck out to me the most when it came to like the transformational leadership part. So I feel like that kind of described me, as well as the servant leader, which is always like putting others before me and believing in community or whatever. So with transformational, I think I have to be, because again, one of the challenges that comes with teaching an elective in a middle school is that the children don't always sign up for your course. especially in 6th grade, because they have a limited amount of courses that they can sign up for. So the children that are in my class more than likely are not interested in theater. They could care less. So
Dang.
I have to figure out ways to be creative with my lessons as well as with the different things that I do, which is why I was telling y'all about the commercials and all of those things, because I have to get the buy-in. Like, I have to keep them engaged. So
Tell us about the commercials again, Jene,
okay.
because that was like so great.
Okay. So with the commercials, it's a unit that I like to do where we use this format called iMovie, and then it's another editing format that we use that I can't think of the name right now, but the children have to find a product and they have to use that product in a different way. So like create their own product. And if they can't come up with their own product to create, they can use something like a soda can or something like that, and they can just create it for, different purposes. They can use it for different purposes, and then they'll just go on to the movie. They'll upload their videos and they edit them. They add in the backgrounds. They have to come up with like a slogan. They have to come up with a song. They do all the things for the commercials. And that's just one of the like technology pieces that I like to implement that also gets the kids interested, even kids that may not be interested in being the next actor or the next, performer or whatever the case may be, because they might be interested in video games. So they may choose to use like a controller as their product, or something like that. So it's just one of the ways that I can kind of get the kids engaged, because I have to stay on my toes. Like, I have to figure out ways to get them to kind of go with me, even if they're not interested in my class because they signed up for something else. Because most of them, they're like, oh, I wanted art, or oh, I was supposed to be in robotics, or something like that. I'm like, well, sweetheart, well, here we
act
are.
like a robot.
Here
You'll
we
be all
are.
right.
Here now.
Right.
Here we are. We're gonna make the best out of what we got going on. And you're
Yeah.
not getting ready to give me trouble every day. Okay.
Yeah,
So
right.
here we go. Let's make something shake. So yeah, so it's just one of those things that comes with being elective. Just having to be able to think of creative ways to also connect whatever you're doing with real life situations with middle school students too. Like, if you're able to connect with whatever is going on in the world or whatever is the next new thing or big thing, then they're ready. They're ready to go.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine theater. I mean, theater just seems like a great class to have early on when you're young, because, talking in front of people is difficult. And if you can learn it maybe from a theater point of view, because you do things in groups, like putting on a play, I just wonder if you think it builds the students' confidence.
Oh, absolutely. That's most of what I tell the parents when they come, like, to our curriculum nights or different things. I'm like, we try to, especially in 6th grade, not focus so much on it being a theater class. It's introduction, because like my title is theater and speech. So I did speech and debate when I taught high school. So it's just one of those things where I tell them, I'm like, you're always going to have to, at some point in your life, get up and make a speech. You're going to have to get up and talk in front of somebody. Don't know who that might be. However, we're going to say that we're going to hope that it's on the positive, more the positive side than the negative side. We don't want you in court, or nowhere like that. However, it happens. Yeah. So we just going to show you how to be able to stand up and advocate for yourself and put your words together so that you are, they're listening to you. You never know. You might end up doing a TED Talk one day about whatever it is that's your career. Just trying to get that. I know in high school, though, when I did teach high school, the boys actually ended up liking the class more so in that beginning level class, because of how creative I was able to be with like coming up with different like projects for them to do. And that's also something that's hard for the parents to kind of understand, because when I tell them like it's project based, they're like, oh, well, I need to see X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, so it's not your regular project. It's a performance project. So it's going to look a little different. But once they understand and they see how everything goes, kind
You
of
know,
goes
Jene,
over
I totally see you as transformational, like you said, because you have to think fast on your feet, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to
Yeah.
bring out the best in each, whatever each person has, you have to bring out the best.
Yes. And
Mhm.
all 35 of the children in every class.
That's a lot.
And then their parents too, right?
Yes. Yes. And then stay after school and do a musical. But you know, here we are.
They
Yeah.
say that teachers and air traffic controllers are the people who have to make the quickest decisions with the shortest amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the most decisions, so many
Yes.
decisions in a
Yep,
day. It's
yep,
like, Lord.
And that's why I don't.
that's right.
What I used to have to tell my my friend, my guy friend, hey, I don't really want to make decisions when I come home. Like when, and if it's something
Right.
like on the weekend and stuff like that, can you please make the decision? I have to make too many decisions throughout the week.
Take the leadership.
Please take
Yes.
Yes.
leadership because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Take over.
Yeah, it's not a
Please.
democracy at home, it's a
It's
dictatorship.
not.
Just tell me
Please,
what to do, baby.
please
Yeah.
just tell me what to do, babe. Tell me where to go, what to do. Turn my brain off.
Yeah.
I had my daughter. She told me that one time. She
What?
was like, when we be walking around, she said, it looked like you just have your brain off. I said, girl, my brain is tired by the weekend. I do not want to think.
Very much so.
Mhm. That's too funny. That's a good way to describe that.
Mhm.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, this is one of the questions, but I'm super curious. What tech competencies are y'all getting into because of us having to kind of go through this process? I know we said Chat GPT is there, or the AI generators. Is there anything else? Is anybody looking at like a specific data tracker or anything like that? I'm curious.
So I need to look into more data. And I think, when we talked the other day, that was something in order to do what I would like to do for my project. It's definitely going to be data driven because, it's having to convince faculty and administration that this is a good idea because I can use some of Jene's transformational on my toes thinking, but I'm gonna have to back it up with numbers for sure. And
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have to go that route. I haven't just yet, but I need to. Actually,
Yeah.
with the lit project, it has given me quite a bit of tools towards that. And then the other part of technology is Zoom.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Mhm.
before we
No
got on,
comment.
we got on, I was like, watched a couple of YouTubes, like, okay, I make sure I'm letting everybody in and everybody's got their, that I'm recording properly,
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And Marie was like, look at the thing on the bottom and click the thing, and everybody's waiting.
Oh, I know.
Right.
She was
Girl,
just
you know what I'm
like,
talking about.
yes, she was. I was like, oh, thank
That's
goodness you're here,
right.
Marie, because
What do they? I think that is that transformational leadership when you're trying to get everybody to do
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
push them to the best. Like, come on, we're a team. If the
Yes.
Zoom don't work for you, it don't work for all of us.
Yes.
There you go. Yes.
Team player.
Mhm.
That's funny.
It is very funny. But
Yeah.
it's true, I mean, it really is true. Working together.
I don't. I want to talk about this really quickly. The video that was there. I forgot the name. Oh, how feedback affects performance.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And there was a part in there where I was like, wow, that they talked about what do I want to say? They talked about intelligence feedback versus effort feedback. And sometimes students will hear from us, from educators, from adults, you're smart, you're talented, you're great at this, you make straight A's. And we have to shift our thinking from saying that into effort feedback. And effort looks like, you know what, you're really a good you applied a lot of effort to that. You're a really hard worker, you're very persistent, and that's why you were successful, because they said in the video that studies have shown that when you approach the feedback like
I'm a
that
psychology
with
student
students,
working on a paper about
when you when you approach that like that, that students are tend to be more successful when they know that they worked hard versus when you're telling a student that they're so smart, they're so intelligent that they just do things just to get that feedback, just to hear those words, and they don't work as hard. They're not more successful in life. But those that you give that type of feedback of saying the reason why you're that great is not because of you so smart, but work on the part of them actively doing those things that got them that success. Those verbs, like you're hard,
100%
you're
agree.
strong, you're a thinker, and those are the things that we should be, those nuggets, those drops that we should be pouring and sprinkling into our kids so that when they later on move out in life, they're not expecting that, oh, I'm so smart, I don't have to study. I used to hear people saying that all the time when I was in college. Oh, okay. And sometimes they weren't that great. Their grades weren't that good because they were only doing things to be told that they were smart again. But when I'm not getting that back, I'm not as successful as knowing that I'm a hard worker. And that's why I pass. That's why I have these better results than the next person, not because of how smart I am. And that internally, they don't look for those type of feedback. That one was a good one. Thank you, Doctor. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah.
That video was amazing.
I totally agree. When I heard that, I immediately thought of so many students in my class. And it's one little boy. We can be standing in line for the restroom break. Yes, I have the restroom 6th graders. Y'all pray for me.
So y'all both have 6th grade.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what's your content?
Math.
Okay, man.
Yes. So when we in the restroom or during the restroom break, all they have is space and opportunity. So they talk. Miss Nixon, who's the smartest person in class? Yeah, they call me Kid Einstein. I'm gonna be known as Kid Einstein forever. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you're not. Absolutely not. And we would be in
Kid
class.
formerly known as Einstein. I like it.
Because you plucking my nerves because number one, you think you are the greatest. You are the greatest thing since sliced bread. But when we get in the classroom, if it don't hit like you want it to hit, now your whole, everything is shattered. You don't have the wherewithal to work through a problem because whomever, it ain't Miss Nixon telling you so smart, because I've been stopped telling kids that. I know better. I know better. I'm not your mom. I'm your school teacher.
I know better.
Okay. I've been
Give them the
doing
truth.
that. Okay. And I know that will tear you down faster than it will build you up. So I've been saying, I know how you read that question really good just now. What is the question saying? So putting that back onto the child so we can have a good conversation of, is it how the question's written? Is it how I taught the concept? Give me some feedback or what is it? Forward, what is it?
Effort feedback versus intelligence feedback.
And then the other one was feed forward versus feedback. Was that on this one or the last one?
Maybe that must have been on the last one.
Either way, but yeah, that intelligence, like I need us to kind of pour into one another. And there should be a sense of honesty and trust. Like I'm not out here trying to hurt your feelings, but I need to take you down a peg or two.
Yeah, because it's like they were saying in the video that it's tied to a label. Hearing that I'm smart, that's a label of identity. And now I have become attached to that. And that's my identity. If I'm being told that I'm smart, that's the only way that I'm going to receive that I can do things. But I'm not going to always be told that. And that's why later on in life, they're not successful versus the effort feedback that's attached to the verbs.
Right. Yeah.
Of working, of doing, of actively moving and taking ownership in doing those things. And that's what we got to transition ourselves into or be reminded of or make sure that we're taking that extra second now to sprinkle it. Oh, okay, Miss, I did that. You was a hard worker because now that I know it, now that I'm conscious about it, I have to make sure that I'm actively some way doing it,
Now, who said go Chiefs the other day?
I did.
No. Whoa. No, ma'am.
I say go Chiefs.
You think Chiefs? Somebody told them Chiefs they wasn't gonna lose on Sunday.
I'm sure they were told that a few times. I'm sure.
Let me turn my camera off. Now, I said I'm gonna harass her today. I cannot wait about that game.
Listen, I had to hear about that game from my son. He was like, Mama, I don't even know why you thought they were going. I'm like, son, you have to think about Mahomes as Brady. You can't bet against Mahomes, but it was, it was a bad game. So, it happened.
It happened. It
It
happened. I was thinking, I wonder what kind of what kind of leadership style they were pulling out, what kind of innovative plans were they pulling out? Because
Goodness.
I don't know if there was any kind of planning going
Okay.
on. That was horrible.
Okay.
Clearly, they did not show up.
Okay.
Did not.
I was like, somebody must have really pumped their head up to say, y'all got it, y'all gonna win. I heard all these Vegas spreads and all these people betting all these kind of monies on the Chiefs to win, and then it didn't quite come out. And so, yeah, in conclusion, I think that's what happens when
You boost people up.
yeah.
That
that
was
right,
a
it's
great trend,
It
segue.
was great. It was a great segue.
Uh-huh.
Definitely what happened.
Mhm.
Okay, I just thought I'd harass you real quick. I'm good now.
I had confidence in my team. I did.
Okay. Happy
And there's
Valentine's
nothing
Day.
wrong with that. Elizabeth, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, yeah. So
Alright.
we are, we can continue. We have lots, we have the time to continue if y'all feel we need to. But I also know that Marie has an appointment that she needs to get to.
And it's her birthday.
And it's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's also Single Awareness Day for all the single people in the room.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, happy Single Awareness Day. That's a mouthful.
I know. And who came up with that? I've never heard of that.
Google
That
it.
one.
It's a thing.
Google it.
Okay.
That one.
Google. But do y'all think that we have what we need? Do you
Yes.
feel
Think
like
we can.
this was like enough for the discussion?
Like covered everything.
Yes.
I do.
Y'all feel
I
good?
do.
I do.
That's
Yeah.
a wrap.
Okay. All right. So if y'all are okay, I will stop recording. I'm going to stop recording, but we can still talk like if we need to make plans for the next one, but I'm going to stop recording now.